Hi, I'm Isak, Pretorius, Group Executive Director of Jam International and CEO of AfriScope. And I want to share with you the 5 things that I wish somebody had told me or taught me, more importantly, before I became a leader. The first one is that culture eats strategy for breakfast, because it doesn't matter how good your strategy is or how well you've put your plans in place and what plans you have and how well you've orchestrated all of that. At the end of the day, I've learned, comes down to your team. It's about the people more than the plan. It's about those that are going to make the strategy happen more than the strategy itself. My second one is do only what only you can do. What I mean by that, I've really learned that it's important to only be doing the things that only you can do, the things that you're best in the world at, and that your position requires you to do for the organization. Otherwise, you're doing somebody else's job, which means they're not doing their job, which also means that you don't have the time nor the focus and the mental effort and fortitude to be able to achieve what the organization needs you to achieve, needs you to do as a leader. And it also destroys your performance management process because people are not required to do what they need to do. And then number 3, there's no replacement for time. It just takes time. It doesn't matter how good that team is. It doesn't matter how good your strategy is. It doesn't matter how great the technology is that you apply. You cannot replace time. It takes time to build an organization. It takes time to be successful. It takes time to also learn the lessons, build the team, and ensure that you become the best in the world at what you're doing. So don't try and rush it. The next one for me, number 4, is listen more, speak less. So I wish I'd learned this earlier on, because I actually thought as a young leader that it was important to make profound statements, to always have something to say, to always have something to contribute. And I ended up sticking my foot in my mouth many a time, but I also missed a lot of opportunities to learn, to know more about people, to understand where the real pain points in our business were, and to be able to actually be a more effective leader. Rather listen more and speak less, because when you speak, you're going to be able to be speaking into something you truly understand and bringing genuine value, and people will respect you for that. And then the last one, number 5, failure is not fatal. I grew up in such a competitive family. I mean, my dad was a former Formula One race car driver. I mean, he could literally turn eating an ice cream into a competition. Okay, so we grew up as a family, very competitive, very aware of competing and winning. You know, to my dad, I guess second place was the first loser. And that basically sums it up for you. And so I grew up understanding. And as I stepped into leadership, I thought that failure was fatal. I had to be perfect. I had to succeed always. And if I wasn't perfect or I didn't succeed, then I at least had to paint that picture, put up a front of success always. But actually what I've come to learn is that our biggest learnings in life come when we fail. We learn when we fail, not when we succeed. But also as a leader, when I show others that I'm prepared to admit my failure, that I'm prepared to actually correct when I make mistakes, what it means is that they see that you're secure, first of all, but secondly, that they can actually feel the space to openly communicate with you. And that way they're not hiding when they make mistakes. They're bringing them to you. It's out in the open, and you're able to correct them and ensure success in your business. So I really encourage you, speak less, listen more, because listening really is a gift and it's an art. Thank you. I hope those 5 tips are going to help you. And I hope that you're learning something that I didn't learn when I first started.